And hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome. So it's McGreevy Eve. It's McGreevy Eve. So again, tomorrow night, Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be doing the draft for the new McGreevy League. And there's brother Jack Dawson. How you doing, brother Jack Dawson? First one here. I might end up playing a game. We'll see. But I want to show you guys what I cooked up. I forgot that I had something called abacus, and pretty cool. This will allow you to create. I defined the parameters and everything, and I think I came up with a pretty good draft tracker and everything. So see how it works. I'm gonna get a few more people in here to help me test this out, see how it works. I already kind of started just kind of messing around. I didn't, name any teams or anything like that. I just thought it'd be fun tonight, just for us to, if enough people come on. I realize Dave Gardner's broadcasting right now, but I wanted to come on, at least give some people time to pop in and see what's going on or whatever. So this is pretty nice, though. I'm really happy the way this turned out, I have to say. Being able to view rosters. So I'm just doing this just again as a test. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I really do. Because I was thinking that, because I'm going to be having to broadcast this thing, that I'm going to be like, okay, what am I going to do? Put all this in an Excel spreadsheet, or am I going to put this in sort of, you know, just a little notepad thing and all that kind of thing? There's cousin Ken. So I thought, maybe cousin, maybe you'd help out with this. I know you don't want to be in the McGreevy League this time, but maybe just for tonight. This is something that I kind of cooked up with help of Abacus. It's an app that Abacus and I put together. So, and this would be really good for making any sort of type of league or something. So I just need a few folks here to just kind of help me test it out. It looks like I don't know if Jack is still here. Maybe you both ran away. Who knows? We'll play a little game later or something. We'll see. But it's going to work on some magic. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to be ill prepared for this draft tomorrow night. So I wanted to get this done, and I forgot. It's like, geez, I've got this thing called Abacus that helps me. It's an AI thing that helps me code, and I told it what I wanted it to do. So I thought maybe if you guys would want to just, we'll just kind of do a little mock-up thing, not the McGreevy picks. So that way nobody will be giving away their picks, but like just create see how many people would like to help out, and I just want to see how this is going to work out. So um, I'm pretty proud of it, to be honest with you. Um, I don't know how many, but yeah. So thank you, cuz yeah. I mean, I'd like to go into it later and like maybe make it a little bit more, at least the opening page, a little more baseballish or whatever. But I appreciate it. It looks like it's just you and me, cuz I think Jack Dawson got scared away by maybe that he didn't see a baseball game up here. I don't know, but there's the word baseball, so that helps. I think this is pretty much deployable too. I mean, I deployed it, so um, yeah. So I'll show you. I just wait for a few more people to come in. I don't know if there's something going on with. So Dwayne should be here. So that'd be great. Just to have some help. I know that again, cuz you're going to be missed, but I know that you've got other things that you've got to do and everything. But hopefully you'll be. I'd like you to at least be honorary. Honorary czar of the league, if anything. So, but you are really going to be missed. This is going to be a whole different territory doing this in out of the park baseball for me. But I think it's gonna run pretty smoothly. I really, really do. I think we have 8 managers, but it's just a chance to kind of run this thing through its paces, and I haven't debugged anything or anything. It seems like just the little bit of messing around I've done with it, pretty nice. Um, I hope so, cause I really, really do. Anytime you want to play some Go, man, I am absolutely that 3 game series we played was a blast, and I'm looking forward to more. Play some dead ball, play just whatever, man. We could pick a World Series and replay it, or all kinds of possibilities. Cousin, you're the only one that seems to has the balls to want to play. So you know, um, that's why you're the heart and soul of this channel, man. You get it. You absolutely get it. So I appreciate that. So I'm kind of trying to fill in airtime here until maybe some more people pop on, because you know what happens. I'll be a half hour into this explanation, and then people say, "So what's going on here?" Duh. And then I have to start all over again. So you got 1912 ready to go against me. All right. So are you the are you going to be the Giants or the Reds? Okay, so you're going to be the Red Sox. I'll be the Giants. That's cool. I think I can handle Mr. Mathewson. Hey, Dwayne, how you doing, man? So we got Dwayne and cousin Ken here. I don't know. I think Jack Dawson just popped in for a minute and kind of he skedaddled. So if you're still here, Jack, you can say hi. So what's going on? Dwayne's been listening. He smart ass. So Dwayne, I created this thing with Abacus, man. I defined what I wanted and stuff like that, and it created this. Great way to do draft leagues. I think I might use this for some other applications. So there's no database. I was like thinking, should I just hook the database to this? But I'm like, I don't need to do that because I already have everything else I need basically to create the text files. Although I may make another quick app to say, can you take this list of names, whatever, we'll see. But so what I wanted it to be able to do is what you're seeing here. So there's going to be you can have three different types of drafts. You can have our team management, a live draft board, what's going on, and tracking everything. And I started here just a test for McGreevy, but I just thought for this evening, as Ken goes off to get a snack, he'll be back. I thought maybe just tonight, not this isn't McGreevy. Obviously, I know that you and Ken, you guys aren't involved in it. But just whoever wants to, we'll just like go through, we'll make up, just a number of teams and just, I just want to see how this is going to work. This should work pretty easily because it's going to be burning on here tomorrow, hopefully. Because I was looking at the prices, Dwayne, because of the this weird Echo and EVM UX, but I was looking at the prices and they're having a discount right now. I was thinking about going back to StreamYard. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's just they're so expensive now. So I'm gonna stick with EVM UX, and I know I had somebody on the other night, and we didn't have an Echo, so I'm not sure what's going on with Bernie, but hopefully we can get that sorted out. Right now, if anybody came on, there would be an Echo because I'm not wearing headphones. But anyhow, yeah, it was Paul Fay we had on here, and he had no Echo, so I'm not. I don't know if it's EVM UX or not. Um, So, okay, so we got three people watching. So, basically, folks, what I want to do is we'll just do a kind of a create new league, and we're going to test this. The only thing I didn't add in here was a way to delete leagues. I should have done that, but that's okay. I still think it's going to be pretty cool. So we'll give people. We got six more people. Yeah, I mean, I'll just have to. I mean, I love EVM UX, and I think the more I learn it, the better, the more I'm going to love it. So I think it just blows StreamYard away. I mean, for the price, it's like almost half of what StreamYard is, and it's just incredible. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and start just showing people what this does. So if I hit create new league, and again, this is something that I created today because I thought I'm going to need something tomorrow. So I just don't think it's just not right that night. It could be. All right, so we create new league. All right, so we have our league configuration here, so we can give it a league. So let's just call this, I don't know. Let's just call it "da league" because I don't know. We'll just put "da league" for now. Okay. So then down here we can choose between a snake, linear, or auction draft. I'm I didn't ask the community about this, but I'm thinking a snake draft might be a little bit more fair. Only because if we go top down, top down, top down, that's kind of, I think that's kind of unfair. So this way with a snake draft, you're going to have a better chance of getting some of the players that you wanted. So let's just pretend that tonight we're going to do this for a snake draft. I have this set up right now. You go anywhere from 4 to 16 teams. So I don't know, there's just a few people in here. All I'm asking people tonight is just give me some baseball players' names as we go along, pretending you're in a draft. So I really, really appreciate you guys helping. So the two folks not in the McGreevy League are actually the ones that are really helping me kick it off. So and in here you can put all the team names, whatever they are. Now the other thing I didn't do, but I can find something online. Is just a little random number generator and just say, okay, everybody here, just remember who, team A, team B, team C. So that way we can just that's because, as I said, that's the only thing that's going to be random in this. So in here we can make teams. So if we wanted to. So, but right now, so let's just call this the I don't know. Uh, Again, this is something I'm not gonna keep. Or who knows? Maybe if you guys pick some interesting players, maybe down the line. So there's like Martz's Marauders. How about I don't know, Castros, Castrators. I don't know. I'm and what am I? Yeah. So just to I just want to test this out. Just want to test this out. Yeah, see how it works. I like I said, I made it today. This wasn't something I found on the internet, so we'll see. All right. I don't know where brother Jack Dawson went, but I'm just gonna call this Dawson's Dawson's Donut Kings, I guess. There we go. And then anybody just whatever team name again. I just want to see. I need some names here. I need some name here. Well, my name, my team's going to be the Sergeant Peppers for at least tonight. There we go. And these can be changed, of course. So I need a few more team names. So by the way, I just wanted to say, just send out a little bit of good vibes there for Sports Time Machine. I did finally hear from him. Messenger the other night. He said he's been kind of lurking in baseball broadcasts, but he's been kind of just having a bit of a challenge of a time with things. So, guys, just good thoughts, good juju, if you will, for him. Put it that way. How's that? Okay. All right. I'm not going to try to be too cute here with names at this point now, because everybody's all at Dave Gardner's house. So I wanted to wait, but I don't know how long. And they were talking about, I don't know what they were talking about. And I love Dave's streams, but I thought this is going to go on for a little while. So I wanted to get this done just to test it out. Just to test it out, baby. All right. That's because Bernie is in this. I want to see Bernie's Bashers. So I know not terribly exciting, huh? But what are you gonna say? What can you do? Let me see. And I'm just gonna pick. Let's see. Let's say we're gonna have a team called the I don't know the Pumas, just to get this going. Pumas, the Cobras, and the Whales. Why not? Let's invoke the old Federal League. Okay, so then I would hit Create League, and there we go. So we're gonna just pretend that that March is. We're gonna pretend we already did the draft, and so once that's done, or the random number generator thing, and then we put this in. So I don't, Dwayne, you're up. So just any player from baseball history. This isn't, like I said, this isn't McGreevy. So any player from baseball history. So you're first one up. And even for just a few of us testing this out, that's fine too. But I would like to see how this works out. I think it's going to do what I need it to do. It's very rudimentary, but so we will see what we will see. Yeah, yeah. Sign the papers. All right, there we go. So Dwayne is going to pick Ron Guidry. So there we go. We record pick, and there we go. And then that brings it. Now it'll be Ken's turn. So this looks like this. It's going to work pretty well, actually. Because this is really what I wanted to do, and then we'd be able to look at rosters and stuff like that. Cy Young. All right, cool. Oops, did I forgot? Yeah, it would help if I actually typed it, right? I don't know where I typed Cy Young, but there we go. Boop. There we go. Now it goes on to Jack Dawson, who's not here right now. So let's just say he picks Willie Stargell. I mean, you guys can, you don't have to wait for your turn. Just like if you want to, like for next to somebody wants to pick now for the Sergeant Pepper team, go ahead or whatever. Just again, I just want to get a kind of feel of this. So if we look at the draft board right now, so really nicely, it kind of shows you right here what's going on. We can view roster. We'll be able to view rosters on these things. So I think it's coming out pretty clean. And we just go back to the draft. All right, and I guess I'm going to take Mike Schmidt, huh? Okay. Or this team will have Mike Schmidt. Boing. Okay. And then it'd be Bernie's team up. And you know, Bernie's going to take a Boston Red Sox player, and we know who that's going to be. So Ted Williams. All right. And Ken's putting me through the paces here. He's putting me through the paces. All right. And then Johnny Bench is going to be for the Pumas. I think it's going to work really nicely, man. Okay. And then the Cobras, Pete Rose. You got a bunch of Reds here tonight. I want to. I don't know whether it's going to let me know. I guess I just got to keep watch. Okay. And then the Whales. There we go. Barry Bonds. All right. Oops. Okay. So now it's now we've gone through. It looks like we've gone through the first little round here. Okay. And now the Whales have the next pick because we're doing a snake draft. So Roger Clemens. All right. So again, for tomorrow night, people are not going to be naming the year. Okay, yeah, and now it's going backwards. This is super cool. Shoeless Joe Jackson. I really appreciate you guys helping me with this. I just want to get, kind of iron out some if there's any any weird kinks. We're not going to do this the whole night. I just want to see what comes up here and how it works. Boom. Practice my typing skills. There's MV. All right, so Ken Castro saying Davy Lopes. MV, I'm testing out this this draft thing that I worked on today, and so far it seems to be working pretty nicely. So Reggie Jackson. All right. So MV, I know you said you might not be able to make the draft tomorrow, so we're trying to think of a workaround here for people that want to be in the league but just can't be in the draft because there's Larry from Louisiana was thinking about wanting to do it. He just can't make it tomorrow either. So we'll see what the you Duffy for the Sergeant Peppers. So we'll see if not a lot if not all the managers show up tomorrow night. I'm even willing to reschedule the thing. Napoleon Lajoie. And what's nice about this because I don't have a I didn't feel a need to hook a database to this. This is just basically just inventorying names, and you can so we can see keeping track of recent picks. People will be able to see. So let's just look at rosters for right now because I just want to see what this looks like. All right, so we're seeing how it is filling in properly. So and it's showing the rounds and everything. Boy, this is doing exactly what I'd asked it to. So Abacus is very, very powerful. I like this. You play by ear, so you can sit on the sideline, no problems. Just want to support. Well, Really love. I'm gonna miss you and Ken in this because Ken can't be in this McGreevy league either. So you guys will be missed. I don't even know what managers we have. I'll have to look on the Discord and see. So anybody, we have 6 people watching. Somebody just put up a baseball player's name. I'm really, I just want to see what this will look like through a number of picks, and this just gives me a little bit of practice to do whatever. Then adding in the years, that is a little bit different. Oh, of course, I was wondering when he was going to get picked. How about it? Okay, so Mickey Mantle. And then we're back to the top of the order. Baby Ruth. You mean that stupid deer? Okay, Babe Ruth gets picked. Willie Mays instead of that Wash Mantle, says MV. Oh man, there we go. Now now the Sabres are going to be coming out. How about it? Jeez. Thurman Munson. Thank you guys. I mean, I could have done this myself, but this is also giving me a little bit of practice watching the screen and blah 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 and just whatever. So I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? This seems to work pretty nicely, and it's better than like, oh, let me scroll down and doing it kind of the old-fashioned way, or let me tab over, because I thought about an Excel spreadsheet, but then I'd like, okay, I'd have to set up all these tabs and stuff. So then I'm like, wait a minute, I've got something that can help me really code this thing out, and it seems to be doing exactly what I needed to do. Maybe I'll figure out a way to expand on it for some other things too. It would be kind of fun to have it hook into the database. It would save me a lot. Hook into a database. It would save me a lot of work. So that way I could go back in, and so somebody would say, "Oh, Ty Cobb." I picked Ty Cobb. I want 1908. I put 1908, and it pulls in, whatever. But we'll see. I'm just saying, somebody, Dwayne Martin. Let me do this. He says, just saying, somebody won the championship with Mickey, didn't win with no Mays. Just saying. Oh my God, you guys are hilarious. All right, I should be helping out on this, shouldn't I? Now, the only thing, well, but actually, this kind of takes care of itself because we can look at rosters, because that way, if somebody says, I want Reggie Jackson, we can see, nope, he was already picked. But what I should have had to specify was no duplicate names. So I would want a warning saying player already picked. But I'm going to ask the managers kind of just to follow along too. So, I mean, if you're drafting, you kind of need to know. I should be putting in a name here too. So let's just say Jimmy Fox. There we go. So Jimmy Fox. One ahead of the Sergeant Peppers, but that's okay. So we're in round 3, pick 4. This is pretty neat. Pretty neat. I think Addie Joss needs to be in this league that we're never going to play, but yeah. Okay. Anybody else have some names? This is interactivity. This will also give me a chance to get a Pud Galvin. There we go. And Dale Murphy's. We'll do Dale Murphy and Pud Galvin. Just because this kind of draft should not take long. Dale Murphy, because I think the last time we did this, it took a little while, if I remember correctly. There we go. Pud Galvin. Tim Keefe. Now we're going to make sure the 19th century represents in this. What would be interesting, of course, is if we do come up with some pretty balanced teams, just very random. I might actually create this league, this thing, just this little test league in Action PC Baseball, using the Baseball History Collection, just to see what we came up with. Ned Garvin. Wow. Okay, Phil Negro. Let's get Phil Negro and then Ned Garvin. Wow. Okay. So my apologies. I'm not the fastest typist in the world. So again, any player from history doesn't matter. Any player doesn't matter. This is just a little test. Let me see if I hit enter if it will take it. Yes, it will. Good. All right. Spawn and St. Anne pray for rain. Okay, so we'll put Warren Spawn. on one team. And Johnny Sane. There we go. Okay. Oh, of course, Chick Stahl. See, there you go, MV. With you, if you're not actively going to be in this league, there Chick might not even be picked. Oh my god. Chicky baby. Oh, well, that reminds me. I got since we're, um, here's a guy that probably, well, he's not going to be in the Gravy League, but here's a very good Cardinals player. So Chick Hafey. So there, he's in. Let's look at our rosters here for a second because I just want to see what this view looks like. Okay, so it's going to expand as it goes along. Pretty cool. Draft board here. So the draft board is going to go across and down. So it is pretty easy to see who's been picked, which is nice. Okay, so we go back to draft, and it takes us right back to the current picks. Stan Koval. Oh, Jack Feaster. Jack Feaster. Okay. Yeah, man. So I was like just mucking about today. I'm like, what am I going to do tomorrow? I got to get this thing ready. Brett Butler. And I needed to make it as idiot proof. Stan Kovaleski. There's a great one. I mean that would be a crazy project to try to say, okay, let's have a thing where you can create, just you can pick from all of baseball history. But I think that would be ludicrous. Jack, do we mean Jack Glasscock? You keep calling him Jack Smallcock. But it's Glasscock, right? Yeah, Steve Carlton. Yeah, Steve Carlton. I think that is Jack. It is Jack Glasscock. So Pebbly Jack Smallcock. Jeez. Oh man, you guys are funny. Okay, we'll just fill out a few more. I just want to see what it looks like when we got to start scrolling around and stuff. But wow, Glasscock. There we go. Thank you, Whitey Ford. Yes, there we go. Can't forget about the chairman of the board, can we? All right. Whoops, Whitey Ord. This is going to say, who the hell is that? Well, it's not going to because I didn't ask it to. Yeah. Oh, so Dwayne, I was reading a great article in Baseball Digest today about the when Steinbrenner and Berra kind of ended their long feud. It was really really cool. And George Steinbrenner was the one to admit, he said I was wrong, and I mean it was an amazing story in Baseball Digest. I think it was last month's. I think it was last month's Baseball Digest or the last issue, but it was really good story. And actually, that issue has a whole Yankees quiz, and I thought tonight it'd be fun to do some. Because I know you guys like the Sabre quizzes. The Sabre quiz was super tough. The Baseball Digest quizzes don't seem as nasty, so that'd be fun tonight to just do an old chin wag, and then part of that chin wag, let's do some Baseball Digest quizzes and stuff like that. That'd be super cool. So, Dwayne says, yeah, I won a few times. George, yeah. Did he even? Yeah, definitely fucked up. Yep. Said it was the business mistake you ever made as a Yankee owner. Yeah, it was such a great story. Fred Dunlap. Yep, Fred Dunlap. Thank you, MV. MV's a good lad. MV, if you had Apago, I'd say why don't we could play a game. So Ken says he's ready to play the 1912 World Series. So I'll be managing the Giants. He'll be managing the Red Sox. So that'll be fun. That will be fun. Christy Mathewson, Smokey Joe Wood in game 1. How about it, Cousin Ken? Yeah, that's going to be some good stuff. All right, I think I got everybody's pick. We just need a few more. So, geez, man, we haven't put in Hank Aaron. Can't believe. We can't forget Hank Aaron. And we can't forget Roberto Clemente, of course. Ronero Clemente. I am the worst typist ever, guys. So I purposely didn't specify roster sizes because I think I'm saying 25. Bernie says it should be a little less because dead ball rosters were a little less. We're not going to have injuries in this league, so um, who knows? I'm not going to have injuries or anything like that. So I'm going to kind of push for 25. But if Bernie thinks 20 is better, we can certainly do that too. It'll be interesting to see how Out of the Park does with that. Um, hmm. Oh well, got to get Archivon in there. Okay. So you go 20 and see who lives on the edge. Go 20 and see who lives on the edge. That's Sherry McGee. That's a good point there, Ken. Okay. All right, moving right along. Joe DiMaggio, we want you on our side. Okay, Joe DiMaggio. I mean, the thing with like, if you were actually doing this for the entirety of baseball, the teams would be so super, super, super strong. All you'd have to do is just keep picking Hall of Famers. And so that's why I would never do something like this. I mean, say build the best team you can out of all of baseball. And it's like, well, of course, that would be impossible to do, though. Phil Rizzuto. Yeah, all right. So now we have a great shortstop in there, and Arky Vaughn. And we also have, of course, another shortstop, Phil Rizzuto. Nice. Oh, yeah. Benny Kauf. And Benny Kauf will be. He'll be in this league, so um, federal league players are also allowed in this league, which is cool. Oh, Ed Roush, there we go. Look at you guys, and I'm saying any name in baseball history, and I'm getting a lot of people that would be going into McGreevy anyhow. That's Hall of Famer to you, Mister. If you're playing, see, so Ken says if you're playing to the area, you have to expect skippers to play and manage out of their comfort zone. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. I kind of gave them some a little bit of or gave mentioned giving Ken Castro advice. And again, man, you gave a master class on how to manage in this era. 19th century and dead ball. And if you do, man, you wait to load them up and wait for that home run. You're gonna get your butt handed to you. So it'll be fun. It's gonna be fun, I think, for people to want to pull double steals. Still gonna iron out the manager things and how we'll handle that, but um, I think just for tomorrow night, just I think, oh, Cy Falkenberg, MV, look at you, man. Um, see a B, yeah, he's a BERG, that's right. So, but I think just tomorrow night, just people seeing their teams being put together, I think will be really really fun. And I'm guessing a lot of people have already done their research, like okay, um, you know they probably already know what year they want, although I think that's going to be more fun to keep it a surprise. Let's look at what we have so far here. So, obviously, these are all pretty dangerous teams. All pretty dangerous teams. I like them. So, just kind of looking across here to see who went in the first round and stuff. And what's interesting, of course, Babe Ruth didn't, like who, and of course, who isn't in here yet, which is really fun. So I just want to see what this draft board is going to look like. So it is expanding down, which is nice, and over. Okay, that's cool. That is cool. All right, back to the draft. We don't need no stinking research, says cousin Ken Castro. Tinker to Evers to Chance. Okay, so we're going to split them up, but I'm just like I said right now. I'm just getting names. So, all right, Johnny Evers, the Crab, and the Peerless Leader. Right, Chance. I don't think did Joe Tinker have a nickname? I can't remember. Okay, there we go. Happy Felsh. Hey, John DFW. How you doing, man? I'm just running through this thing that I put together today for tomorrow's draft. I'm just having people just name players from history right now because I just want to see what the formatting's going to look like. Okay, Happy Felsh. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? Babe Adams, still the greatest pitcher in the Pirates franchise after all these years. Joe Tinker ain't no stinker, says Aaron Reed. Aaron Reed, just name some players, any player from baseball history. Of course, you joined late, so which is actually kind of fun because we'll see if he's been named or whatever. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever messed with Abacus, but it's really, really, really cool. So I like what it did here. Mm. So you were in Virginia. Nice, nice, nice. Oh yeah, Flash Gordon, Joe Gordon. There's a person that definitely needs more press. Ernie Combs. Now we're talking about Earl. Or you mean Earl Combs, the Kentucky Colonel? I'm guessing that's who you actually mean. Boink. There could be an Ernie Combs. I don't know, but I think you mean Earl. Okay. Played center field for the Murderers Row Yankees. And Aaron says it was his brother himself, wife, and relatives that live up there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no worries. No worries, Dwayne. I kind of, when I'm looking at Ernie, I'm thinking, okay, but Dwayne's a Yankees fan. He means the Kentucky Colonel. Well, speaking of which, there we go. Three Finger Brown. Look at that. Nice. Nice one. Nice one, Aaron. Okay. Three Finger Brown. Well, I've got to do it because nobody else has done it. Of course. Walter Johnson. So I don't know whoever the Whales might have been or whatever. So there, Walter Johnson gets picked. All right. Well, I think let's again. I just want to look at this draft. So there are all the teams. Cool. And looking at their rosters. So the rosters are like come out really really nicely. I really like that look. So pretty easy to see who's on there. So that's nice. That is nice. Sam Crawford. There we go. Honest Wagner said of Crawford that if he had played in the live ball era, he probably would have hit more home runs than Babe Ruth. Eddie Collins. Boy, is my typing suck. Holy shit. It's really bad. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I think we got us a winner here. This will be really, really nice to just be able to just knock these through and wait, who did you pick and what? And wait, let me scroll down and back up. And I think when we did McGreevy the first time, I'm trying to remember, somebody else was actually keeping the track of everything. Or no, I know what happened. Remember, guys, we did the draft right in Action PC Baseball and messing with the baseball history collection. Remember, we had to wait for it to keep searching players and stuff. So, yeah, that's what it was. Hoyt Wilhelm, Herb Score. All right, Herb Score. And Hoyt Wilhelm. And obviously, this will go a little slower tomorrow night. So, but this is good. This is good. Yeah, thanks, cuz. I think it does. I think we're good here, guys. Let's have a look at our just the rosters here. So, and we've been at this for 40 minutes, but a lot of that was me filling in error. So I think we started just like 20 minutes in. So, really in 20 minutes work, that's not too bad. I think. So this is what we use tomorrow night for drafting in the McGreevy League. We can go back to draft and then home, and then you can see it will keep whatever leagues that you have. So I am going to go back and kind of tart this up some more and stuff like this, but like, so we can go back and continue. So this was, I'm sorry, not the league. I can select like the test for McGreevy, continue that. And this is before I came on the air. And these are the only two guys that were picked, Wagner and Cobb. So there we go. Hardcores are always here to help. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Really help appreciate you guys helping me get this done. I'm going to go back in maybe tonight with the coding and say, okay, please, I want to put in options that you can then delete leagues, or this could become a real monster. But if anybody wants this, it'll be freely available. I'll put the link up in the Discord. If you can find you can find any use for it, please feel free to avail yourselves of it. So that's it. Appreciate it, guys. We can, I don't know, talk some baseball or do whatever. Um, and again, I just got to say, I really, really that was such a blast. These last 3 nights they're playing Apago with Cousin Ken. That was super, super cool. Really, really loved it. Um, so I don't know, I like for the strat guys. Once I figure out how Baseball Max does that, I'm not quite sure how it does, but apparently you can play head to head in that too. Um, so I am going to hold on to Strat Max for a while. And if there's, people are just interested in even just, let me like virtually roll up some Strat games, I will. So I'll at least have the two big boys still on the channel. Bernie. Yeah, Bernie, I was just, like mucking about, and I'm like, geez, we have the draft tomorrow night. I got to do something. So with the help of Abacus, I created this little draft app. So, and guys here helping me, just helping me. So you can see here, Bernie, that we look at the rosters. This thing's looking, it's really, really nice. It's doing the job I want. Yeah, it's not as cool probably as your baseball game that you created, which we really got to show everybody, but this is doing what I wanted to do. So, how do you play Apago head to head? So, if you have Apago, all the person just have to know your username. I'll bring it up here. So, and show you MV. It's pretty cool. Ken and I had a great time with it. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. So I'm Beatles Eternally, as you might imagine. And then what you do is if you're the one that's going to be issuing, it's called a challenge. So I'd be like play ball, and then it would be challenge player. So I would click that, and then um, I can pick from these opponents anybody that's on here. So there, in fact, there's Cousin Ken, so he's there. So anybody here, I could just do that. The other thing that you can do, and you just you all select your teams and stuff like that, which is really really cool. So I'm not gonna I just want to demonstrate that. So MV, I just got the subscription, which unlocks everything. Because every team, just every team, you get it all, and then you also get their bats, the pre-expansion and post-expansion things. They get a bunch of other stuff. It unlocks the master mode. So there you go. I mean, so much baseball to play. So that's how you do it. That's how you play head to head. You can also play. Go back here. So yeah, I mean, and there's just lots you can do. Quite a few game modes, as Strat Max has too. So you can also do a thing where you can just do an open challenge, and people can just accept your challenge. So you would have your team. You create tournaments, which I would love to do with you guys tonight. For if enough people have Apago, and you want to try this, it'd be fun to do some tournaments. So yeah, Ken's saying, yeah, you want. So he's saying graphics. So yeah, I'll show you. It looks a bit like baseball for Windows. A bit. Baseball for Windows looks nicer, but you can tell Appa has that, or this Apago has its lineage. So I'll just do a challenge on Micromanager for now. I'll play its home, and so let me just pick a Pittsburgh Pirate team. Say 1908. I've never tried this on its whatever, because you can only use the master game, either in solitaire player or challenge mode. Oh, so Ken isn't messing around. So I guess we're going to instead play the World Series, which is fine, which is cool. All right. So, and I need the New York Giants. Oops. NYG. Whoops. I guess I got to go back and do it this way. Let's just do NY. Because when I put NYG, it wasn't giving me the New York Giants. There we go. I had to do is NYN. So 1912. Play ball. So if you watch here, MV, what Ken has done is he's issued me a challenge, and we play ball. And so, and I accepted the challenge. So there we go. Click here to play the game. Thank you, Ken. And it's creating the game, MV. And yeah, there we go. So, boy, you know what? I'm going to start Marquard. And I just do the default lineup, unless now the last thing we did, Cardinals Phillies. It was the pre-expansion all-time greats and stuff like that. So I did futz around with that, but I think I'm going to leave this one alone. Yeah, how about it? So I'm just going to go next. So this is going to be Marquard versus Smokey Joe Wood. I don't know who started the World Series in 1912, Game 1, but there we go. So I guess Ken and I are playing a game here. How about that? Get your helmet. All right. So Ken is doing his. He actually gets really. He gets down deep and dirty in it, as you'd expect, which is cool. But this is. I mean, it's fun. MV. I've been just. Yep. Oh yeah. Don't forget. Don't leave the DH on, buddy. Yikes. No, and you didn't. That's good. All right, Ken's got it going on here. So the only thing MV is there's only one ballpark background, whatever, and it's Great American Ballpark. There are ways they could probably code. Well, there are that you could just choose your background. So there's what the game looks like, MV. So you can see it definitely looks a bit like APA PC baseball. Not as it's very close. Then of course you got the players cards over here. We can look at each other's rosters, stuff like that. And you guys have never seen this when I play, but this is actually 2 columns in baseball for Windows. So this is like your managing screen and stuff like that. So I'm going to put this over here because it's too hard to read up there. Okay. So we can play a little. Hope I didn't force you. No, it's fine, man. Look, you helped me. You helped me with this, and that was used. I just wanted to see, because people aren't going to be blurting out names as quickly as you guys were, and we got a lot of names in there. So that was very, very fun to do that. So no, you didn't. It's baseball. How can you force me? This is great stuff. So MV, it's really, really, really cool. So there's no sound effects, there's no animation, but there's none of that really. The only animation that Strat Max has is like when there's a die check, like that's it. And it's kind of fun to see how the community sort of kind of likes the look of one versus the other. And I don't know if you've seen Strat Max. It looks really nice. It's a little bit more. This one is more traditional looking. Strat Max looks a little bit more like they're going for the MLB The Show crowd, I suppose. All right, so let's just play here. Let's just play. This is the first time we've had dead ball baseball on the boards. This is game one of the 1912 alternate World Series. Uh, Cousin Ken Castro managing the Boston Red Sox, and starting for him will be Smokey Joe Wood. And I'm starting Rube Marquardt, and I'm managing the 1912 New York Giants. Harry Hooper, Hall of Famer, first up here against Marquardt. I'm not going to go through like all the defenses. You guys can read that. All right, here we go. So let's pitch. Marquardt deals to Harry Hooper. And this one's a 29 off of Hooper's card. And he strikes out. All right, so one down here as we start the 1912 World Series. And here is the Gray Eagle, Tris Speaker. Marquardt winds and delivers. And Tris Speaker draws the walk. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Yeah, we're definitely holding the runner. All right, here's Duffy Lewis. Man had a cliff named after him. And here's the pitch by Marquardt. Rube Marquardt became a lawyer, by the way. And this one, out at first. Okay, so on the play, Speaker moves up in a play, two down here in the top of the first. And here's Jake Stahl. MV, it's only like it's like for you, I think it's like 17 pounds a month, I think, or something. So and fly ball to Larry Doyle, and that does it for the Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the first here. We got to pretend this is the Polo Grounds and the Giants. Okay, so Fred Snodgrass leads it off, and of course, you guys know about the Fred Snodgrass story in the 1912 World Series. All right, and on the mound, the dangerous Smokey Joe Wood, and here's a delivery by Wood, and Snodgrass fly ball to center field. Harry Hooper camps under it, makes the catch, and here's Fred Merkel, the ghosts of Snodgrass and Merkel, with us tonight, and Fred Merkel with a double into right center field. So the Giants get one in scoring position, and here is John Chief Myers. And Myers fouls it out to Jake Saul at first, so two away. And MV says, a bit pricing considering all your other subscriptions. Well, they're. I got to tell you this, MV, that if that site that you're talking about, that subscription, that goldfish and bikini fanciers.co.uk. I mean, come on, man, you're paying 35 pounds a month for that. Maybe you could, I know you're a goldfish fancier and stuff like that, MV, but fine, right? I don't know. I thought for a while, I'm sorry, Ken, this might take a little bit. That I'm like, oh, so I subscribe to these two, and geez, I've got all these other baseball games that have everything. But I'll tell you what, just playing these few games, against Ken, this will be only the fourth time we've played. He can't throw off his adult sites to get this. MV, it's really, really fun. And I mean, Action PC is very dodgy for playing against each other online. Out of the Park doesn't even offer it yet. So, and I don't know, there's just something. And also with this and with Strat Max, you can roll your own dice. So this will be a great way for me to get back into cards and dice without having to worry about a lot of real estate and stuff like that. Yeah. So anyhow, here we go. Two down, Larry Doyle batting with a runner in scoring position. Smokey Joe Wood deals. And here we go. And Larry Doyle grounds out. And we go to the top of the second inning. All right. And Larry Gardner is up now. So Gardner, Heine Wagner, and Steve Yerkes for the 1912 Red Sox. Marquardt pitches. And Larry Gardner grounds it to Fletcher at short, on to Fred Merkel for the 6-3 put out. Middle of an upcoming cold winter, this game will pay for itself. Yeah, it will. It will. Now, while I'll keep Strat Max for a while, if nobody really wants to play any head-to-head Strat Max, that game I might halt my subscription at. I'm going to hold on to it for a month or two, and we'll see. But and no slam on the Strat guys, but with Ken willing, like, wanting to play this and stuff like that, this I will say, definitely say subscribe to this. We'll see about Strat. We'll see about Strat. I'm hoping maybe John DFW and I can play a game some night or something. All right, here we go. Here's the pitch to Heine Wagner. And Heine Wagner strikes out. All right, so Rube Marquardt is fan two in this game. 2 down, bases empty for Steve Yerkes. I'm not like trying to do a full broadcast here. This is just Ken and I playing. And singles to center, and there's an error by Red Murray out there in center field. So score that one. E8, first error of the game. Runner in scoring position, and here is Bill Kerrigan. And Bill Kerrigan is out. We go to the bottom of the second inning. No score here. Game one of our alternate replay of the 1912 World Series. You'll play me head to head? All right, man. You're going to have to show me how to do it, John. But good. Then I'll keep Strat Max, man, because I'd love to be able to just do this. This is so much fun. Okay, who do we got here, man? Beals Becker. Beals Becker is up, so it's going to be Becker, Murray, and Herzog for the Red Sox. And Becker pops out to Steve Yerkes the second. 1 up, 1 down. Red Murray at the plate now for the Red Sox. And Red Murray, swing and a miss, and he strikes out. All right, so Smokey Joe Wood records his first strikeout. Here's Herzog, and this one in there for a strike. Yeah, the head-to-head stuff is really, really, really fun. Okay. All right, here's the pitch now to Herzog again. And he flies out to Duffy Lewis. We go to the top of the third inning. No score here in this replay of the 1912 World Series between Ken Castro and yours truly, Smokey Joe Wood, and damn good hitting pitcher here. So a 290 batting average in 1912. So including a home run for him. All right, Marquardt has the sign. Here's the pitch. And Smokey Joe Wood, as if on cue, there we go, opens the third inning with a double. So the Red Sox with a runner in scoring position back to the top of the order for Harry Hooper. Struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch from Rube Marquardt. And he grounds out, and so Smokey Joe Wood advances to third. All right, so there we go. Okay, so you see here too, MV. Now you get more strategic choices with what we want to do, and we're gonna have him pitch from the stretch. So we're playing the master game. When you're playing the basic game, these are basically, this is what you're going to see, and then maybe base stealing options or whatever. We'll show you as we go on. We don't need no stinking DH. That's right. All right, here we go. Marquardt from the stretch, pitching to the Gray Eagle. He walked his first time up. Giants playing the infield in and fly out to Snodgrass and not deep enough. Let's see. Is he going to send Smokey Joe Wood? Let's see. Is he going to send him? So on Ken's side, okay, so let's see. Runner throw out. Oh, man, this is a 50-50 chance. Oh, man. Oh, yikes, yikes, yikes. Hey, there's only one guy on base, so what's it going to hurt? And here's the throw to the plate. And it does not work. I'm glad I made that decision. Whew. So Smokey Joe Wood, gunned down. We go to the bottom of the third. No score. Will Tool says, love these dead ballers. This is the first dead ball I've had on the channel in ages, and this channel is largely based on the dead ball era. So how about that? All right, Art Fletcher up there now. And Smokey Joe Wood deals no score here. And Art Fletcher, sinking line drive out to left field. Duffy Lewis makes the beautiful play, one away. And here's Rube Marquard. So he's looking at Joe Wood saying, you got a double. Wonder if I can do the same. Marquard, just to at least highlight our pitchers here. 1912, no home runs, and a 219 batting average. And Rube strikes out. So quickly, 2 down here for the Giants as Fred Snodgrass steps in the plate. Steps to the plate. He is 0 for 1. Now he's 0 for 2 as he grounds to Steve Yerkes. All right, so here we go. Top of the fourth, no score. No score. And Duffy Lewis, number 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for Ken's Red Sox. Lewis, Stahl, and Gardner. Marquard with the delivery to Duffy Lewis. And Duffy Lewis scored this one 6-3, grounds to Art Fletcher. So 1 away. Jake Stahl up now. Jake Stahl 0 for 1. The pitch. And there we go. It's a double into right center for Jake Stahl. So the Red Sox right now out hitting the Giants 3-1. Brings up Larry Gardner. Gardner 0 for 1. And the delivery from Marquard. And looks like Gardner grounds out. So 2 away for Heine Wagner. And here's the pitch. All right, grounds from Fletcher to Merkel. So bottom of the fourth inning, we are scoreless here. Game 1 of the 1912 World Series. Fred Merkel due up, followed by Chief Myers and Larry Doyle. It's pitched by Smokey Joe Wood. Fly ball to center field. Harry Hooper camps under it, makes the grab. 1 away. Chief Myers 0 for 1. And Myers draws the walk. All right, here comes Doyle now. So Doyle in the game 0 for 1. And sacrifice successful, so Myers moves up in the play, 2 down. Got to try to get something going. All right, and here's Beals Becker. And Becker is out. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Still no score. We got us a good one going here, cuz. All right, Marquard will face Steve Yerkes, Bill Kerrigan, Smokey Joe Wood here, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Boston Red Sox. Game 1 of the 1912 World Series. Alternate World Series, as our Red Sox fan would say. Heck of a ball game, absolutely. Yep, no risk, no reward. Had to try something there, Dwayne. I know that wasn't conventional baseball wisdom, but I'm trying to get something going here because there's not going to be a lot of home runs in this game. All right, here we go. Marquard deals to Bill Kerrigan. And Bill Kerrigan strikes out. So Rube Marquard was his 3rd K of the game, 2 down. Here's Smokey Joe Wood. Smokey Joe Wood, 1 for 1 with a double. Marquard deals to his mound opponent. It's a Hall of Famer to a could have been Hall of Famer. And Smokey Joe Wood will send this out to Fred Snodgrass, airmail, and he will sign for it and accept it. Bottom of the 5th, no score. All right, it will be Red Murray leading off, then Buck Herzog, and then Art Fletcher. And Murray hits a sinking liner out to Hooper in center, 1 up, 1 down. All right, here's Buck Herzog now. And the pitch. Herzog draws the walk. We got Art Fletcher up here. All right, now I gotta make a churse here, as Archie Bunker would say. Oh man! So Smokey Joe Wood with a great move to first. I had to hit and run on, gun down. Damn it! Good play, cuz. Good play. You were looking hit and run, weren't you, man? You were looking hit and run. Shit. Cousin Ken taking me to school here. I jumped on that hit and run, and he knew it. All right, Art Fletcher grounds to short, and that will retire the side. Top of the sixth. Asking no quarter, giving no quarter, cousin. Rube Marquard will pitch to the top of the order here. Harry Hooper, Tris Speaker, and Duffy Lewis for the 1912 Red Sox. And here we go. And Hooper grounds it to Fletcher on to Merkel. 1 up, 1 down. All right, here's the Gray Eagle. And he singles, bunt single. Oh, geez. All right. This is getting ridiculous now. All right. We're definitely holding that guy on. And here we go. Here's the pitch to Duffy Lewis. So nice. If you were doing the bunt for hit, cousin, good play. We're going to try to turn 2 here, hopefully. Duffy Lewis grounds into a double play. Beautiful. All right. Bottom of the sixth we go. No score here in game 1. Having a good time. 9 folks watching. This is Apago. Ken Castro and I are playing head-to-head. All right. It will be the 9-1-2. Rube Marquard, Fred Snodgrass, and Fred Merkel do up for John McGraw's 1912 New York Giants. And Marquard grounds out, so back to the mound. And Wood to Stahl, 1-3. Fred Snodgrass 0 for 2. And he is out of there. So score that one 6-3. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Fred Merkel. And Merkel, swing and a miss. We go to the top of the 7th inning. And this is a pitcher's duel. We got 2 shutouts going here. Smokey Joe Wood with a 1-hitter. Marquard with a 4-hitter. So the Red Sox are leading in hits, and the Giants are leading in errors. Jake Stahl up there now. Larry Gardner and Heine Wagner. Here's the pitch from Rube Marquard. And Jake Stahl with a single to right, so that's the 5th base hit for the 1912 Boston Red Sox. Stahl aboard. Here's Gardner now. Gardner 0 for 2 on the day for Larry. And he is out at first, so fielder's choice. Jake Stahl in scoring position, 1 away for Heine Wagner. Heine Wagner 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The pitch from Rube Marquard. And Wagner is out. So grounds it. Score that one. Well, it's saying out to Jake Stahl. So, but we'll just forgive it that. So Jake Stahl is out. So I'm sorry. This is Merkel to Marquard. So I was reading that wrong. So Merkel feeding to Marquard and the 3-1 put out. So 2 away. Jake Stahl now camped just 90 feet away. And here's Steve Yerkes batting with 2 down. Steve Yerkes 1 for 2 in the game. And here's the pitch. And I should have had him from the stretch, but it doesn't matter. Yerkes is out. So 7th inning stretch time in 1912. Then they had the 7th inning stretch. Gives me time to take a slug of water. and no score. MV, you know you want to get this. You know you want to get this. All right. Chief Myers, Doyle, and Becker. So Myers, Doyle, and Becker. Here we go. Strikeout. Smokey Joe Wood is now fan 4. All right. Here's Larry Doyle. Here's the pitch. And he strikes out. So strikeout number 5 for Smokey Joe. 2 down for the Giants. Here's Beals Becker. So just 1 hit off of Smokey Joe Wood, and Beals Becker flies out. We go to the top of the 8th inning. We are scoreless. You enjoying it, MV? Cool. Really, really fun. All right. It will be Kerrigan, Wood, and Hooper. All right. Marquard into the wind and the pitch. Bill Kerrigan goes down swinging. Strikeout number 4 for Rube Marquard. Brings up Smokey Joe Wood. 1 for 2 with a double. Here's the pitch from Marquard. And Smokey Joe Wood now with 2 hits in this game. Singles to right. Can't scratch a run, either of us. I know, right? I tried, man. I tried to hit and run. Ken gunned me down. Lucky enough to get that double play ball. All right, so 1 away. Here's Harry Hooper. Don't like to trifle with this bat at all, but here we go. Here's the pitch. Harry Hooper triples to right, RBI triple, and the Boston Red Sox get on the board. In the top of the 8th, it's 1-0. And in this game, that might be enough. All right. So he's going to be working out of the stretch, working to Tris Speaker. Ooh. Got to try to cut off that run on the plate. Cousins going to bunt here, and the only thing is I don't have any defense against the bunt. But he's going to try to pull a squeeze or something here. Damn it. Oh man. So yeah, geez, there's no way to shit. You can't defend against this. Just got to hope for the best. Shit. Anyhow, here's the pitch from Rube Marquard to the Gray Eagle, and he's out at first. And Harry Hooper will come in to score. So 2-0. So that's that in this game that would be the equivalent of 16-2 right now. So 2 in for Boston, 2 away for Duffy Lewis. And here's the pitch by Rube Marquard. And it's an infield or singles over first into right field. Let me see. Just looking at my, I got to get Marquard to get this last out here at least. All right, let's get him. Here's Jake Stahl. Jake Stahl's had a pretty good day at the plate here, 2 for 3 with a double. And MV, I'll show you too this game. Like it will show you like in detail all of these plays and dice rolls and stuff. So the one thing I would like them to do, something that Strat does, is it will actually highlight over here on the card what the play is. It'd be really, really nice to have that. But still, I'm learning, or relearning, I should say. Okay, so Marquard, let's go. Yeah, I could have had. I did have the infield in. Do you mean on that last which play? Oh no, I forgot to put the infield in. I know. That was my my mistake there, Dwayne. Should have played because I had the infield in on the other play, but yep, should have cut it off. But the thing is, then I was kind of a little bit worried about the bloop single thing, but that wasn't why I didn't have it. I just forgot. Okay. In the spirit of fairness, my pitcher is now losing points down to a 12, so he's losing some effectiveness. Um, yeah, I still though, Ken, I've got him coming up. Well, he could be fourth in the inning. I'm trying to just get. I'm trying to eke out. And thank you for Ken. Ken, I really, really appreciate that. Just go ahead and swing away. I'm, you know, I want Marquard to try to get this third out. But thanks, guys. I do appreciate that. We'll see what he does with Jake Stahl here. And there we go. So I should have listened. So Jake Stahl with a double. And that is going to be it for Rube Marquard. Okay, running throughout the offense is going for an extra base in the hit. Boy, let me see. Okay. So Duffy Lewis with a speed of 12. Beals Becker. Okay. Do I want to attempt to throw? You know what? I have to try. I gotta try. I gotta try. It's not like Lewis is Ty Cobb there. So let's see. All right, here's the throw to the plate. Okay, runners are attempting to go for an extra base and a throw. Cut your original throw. Man. Listen to you, man. No, we're not going to cut it. Do you want to attempt to throw out on a second runner? But I want to, well, yeah, 50-50. Runners are attempting. Why does this keep asking me that? So, no. And just no. If I lose the run, I lose the run. That's okay. This is just game one. Okay, I guess the game is thinking what it's doing here, or whatever. So Jake Stahl going for an extra base. Or gunning for an extra base. Okay, runners are attempting to go for an extra base. Cut your original throw. Yeah, it keeps yelling at me here. So, no, I don't want to do that. Just, I'm wanting to get Lewis at the plate. I'm not quite understanding what's going on here. So, all right, for the sake of advancement, I keep saying no. So I'm going to just say yes this time. So, yeah, a run scores. All right, so you APA guys, why didn't it let me? I just wanted to just get the throw at home. I didn't want to cut it. Why was it forcing me to cut? To hit the cutoff man, hit that runner. I mean, I realized there was 2 outs, but I wanted to try to get that run at the plate because Stahl, tearing around there. All right. Anyhow, I'm waiting for this so the rosters come up. Well, I don't have to actually change Marquard yet because there's no warm-up rule in this, I guess. All right, here's Red Murray. All right, so 3-0 Boston here in game one. And there's a triple. All right, now we just got to get Red Murray in to try to get at least one of these 3 runs back. All right, and here's Herzog. So big triple there by Red Murray. Can the Giants cash in? Okay. Nobody out. I mean, I know what you would do in dead ball, but I'm gonna swing away. And the run scores. Okay, so that's good. All right, so the Giants get one back, bottom of the 8th. I gotta make this a little bigger here so I can see it. Clinton. Saw TSO Worcester today at DCU. Found parking. Found parking truly sucks when leaving. All right, here we go. Here's Fletcher now. Hey, Truth Hurts Wilkie. What's the name of this game? This is Appa Go. And Ken Castro and I are playing head to head. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. All right, Fletcher batches with the bases empty, one down, 3-1. Red Sox leading the Giants. So yeah, I'm actually playing against Ken Castro here. This is the fourth game we've played now against each other. We did a all-time, old-time great Phillies versus Cardinals series, and now we're replaying the 1912 World Series. This is game one, and Fletcher grounds out, so two away, and Mr. Marquardt is done. Or will be done. Yeah. Yeah, very Appa. Very app. Well, it is Appa. All right, let me see what I got on my bench here. I want to save. Yes, I got some. All right. And all right, Art Wilson will come on to pinch hit. Two downs. Got to try to get something back here. Get one more against Smokey Joe Wood. Both pitchers pitched superbly until the seventh, and then Boston get three in the top of the eighth, and right now the bottom of the eighth, New York answers with one. Here is the pitch, and that will be out number three. Now I got to go here to my bench, and well, it's a dead ball, so I'm going to bring in Jeff Tesreau, I think. Yeah. All right, here we go. Top of the ninth, Red Sox lead the Giants 3-1. And it'll be Larry Gardner, Heine Wagner, and Steve Yerkes due up for the Scarlet Hose. Jeff Tesreau, ready to deal here. So I should show you guys really quickly. So I'm just look at my own, just look at my roster. I can look at both rosters. So if when you play, right, you can look at rosters. You can also see player cards. So if I click on Larry Doyle, so you can see all his Appa Master ratings here, right, and you can see his actual Appa player card as well. So pretty cool. And again, you can roll your own dice in this game too. All right, close it, and here's the pitch from Jeff Tesreau. All right, and fly ball to center, and Red Murray picks it, one out. All right, Heine Wagner now due up, and Heine Wagner today, he is 0 for 3, including a strikeout. So Red Sox put three big ones on in the eighth. The Giants with their backs against the wall here, but it's only game one, boys. It's only game one. And Heine Wagner ground this one to Art Fletcher on to Fred Merkel at first for out number two. When we get to the Giants' ninth, it'll be Snodgrass, Merkel, and Myers. All right, Petestro has to get past Steve Yerkes here. 1 for 3 on the day. All right. Bottom of the ninth in the top of the order. Okay, Boston looking at its lineup here. So I know, and I was one of those people before that thought something like this would be really pricey, but I'll tell you what, I almost feel like it's paid for itself easily this month already, just in the few days I've had it again with Ken and I just playing this. So I just wish more people would play. Yeah. So the professor says to Cousin, he says, Cousin, we need to get the Marylander to start playing dead ball. He might like the strategy involved with it. I don't think I've ever seen you play any dead ball baseball, Dwayne. Actually, now that I think of it, except for the World Series and your World Series project you have, you definitely have done that. All right. I don't know what are we doing here, Ken? I'm not sure what we're doing here. So MV, if you're still here, here's the game queue, and so this is a great way to kind of right just the detail in this game that you're going to get that you would normally see like with APA. So it really, really, really breaks it down, and of course it's downloadable. So pretty nice stuff. Okay, that's the only dead ball you played is that. Okay. All right. He's still here. Time V. All right. And let's go, Fred Snodgrass. And all right, so the Giants open it up with a double to right center, potential tying run comes to the plate now, and Fred Merkel. All right, Fred, do what you did in 1908, except don't make the turn. Right, Moose McCormick's not on this team. All right, here's the pitch, and Merkel strikes out. Okay, but he is safe on a passed ball. So Kerrigan losing track of the ball, 2 on now, and we got some speed here on the base paths. So Clinton says, I can't wait till I get this surgery. Damn it. He says he's got a 1908 in the background, National Pastime Next Generation. McQuillan versus Bell at Washington Park, 1908. Cool. All right. Well, shit. Okay. What I wanted to be able to do, I don't seem to be able to do. So, explain me, APA guys. Why can't I steal? I wanted to do a double steal here, man. I guess I can't. I can only bunt or hit away. So, because I wanted to try to stay out of a possible double play, too. So I can't double steal, man. Damn it. This sucks. Where's the double steal button? Here's the pitch. So Chief Myers is happy now. He's got 2 balls on him. Okay. Oh, okay. So stealers are based on situation. Okay. Fair enough. Just relearning, because I mean that would have been a viable strategy, the double steal. I got speed on the base paths here. Look at his card. He might not be able to steal third. Okay. He may not have stolen third that year. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. But you guys do agree, though, that, I mean, if we were playing another game, I mean, I would have, I mean, just a double steal is what you would do. But I gets it. All right. Here's Chief Myers, and here's the pitch. Oh, my God. Walk-off home run by the New York Giants. Holy shit. Chief Myers goes deep, and the New York Giants put 3 in the bottom of the ninth and take game 1 of this 1912 alternate replay of the World Series. Ken says, what the fuck? 4-3 for the Giants, 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. For the Red Sox, 3 runs and 9 hits, no errors. Jeff Tessero gets the win. Smokey Joe Wood with the loss. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Holy shit. We're going to leave that up there for a minute. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get out in defeat here, but boom, Chief Myers, you're my hero. There's a website called Slick Deals. It has all kinds of stuff on there. It says Truth Hurts Wilkie, including the latest deals such as 1 year of HBO Max for $3 a month with ads. Has a little bit of everything. Cool. Okay, that was rigged, says Clinton. And Ken says, "You fucking kidding me?" Oh yeah. Oh my God. Luck of the Irish. And I'm glad you get what that really means. Yeah, because people say, "Oh, I hope you have the luck of the Irish." It's like, no, that's a bad thing. All right. Not rubbing it in, Ken. I just want to show the box score here. So, box score basically pretty clean box score here. So we can look at both teams. There we go. Wow, holy shit! All right, so we'll just go ahead and close this. So Chief Myers goes kaboom, huh? Open the window, Aunt Minnie. I gotta log in again. Wow. Whew. Mm-hmm. So Dwayne says, I need to hear a telegraph replay. Something funny just happened. Ken's still in shock. I know, right? Oh my God. This it's I'm in shock too. I'm in shock too. So that was game one. Wow. Hey Todd B, how you doing? How you doing, man? Yeah, he says Todd B says Slick Deal sounds like one of it sounds like one of Ken's sites. All right, so maybe the game was being kind to me because it wouldn't let me double steal. I don't know. Some funny stuff, great ending. Yeah. I wasn't expecting that at all. And Smokey Joe, you have to be fucking kidding me, says Clinton Parks. Thank you, buddy. Oh man, yeah. So Ken and I will be doing this. So this is however many it goes. We're replaying the 1912 World Series. So lots of fun, lots of fun. So and anybody else, if you have Apago, you just want to play some head to head. Again, it's all in good fun. No crowing, no grousing, any of that bullshit. Um, let me know. It's super, super easy to do. That's what you call a happy ending, says MV. Oof. So we got 12 people. So tomorrow night we're doing the Ned McGreevy draft, and so I put this thing together that allows you to kind of draft your own leagues and stuff like that. And so these good gentlemen were helping me test it tonight, so that when we do the McGreevy draft tomorrow night, we are going to be ready to go. So basically, right, it's going to go through, it's going to track you what round, pick, then you can look at the draft board, everything that's on there, and you can also view the rosters of each of the teams. So keeps things very, very nicely organized, and kind of proud of it, if I do say so myself. So thanks to the awesome help of Abacus, we have a nice little league organizer drafter thingy. Ken does better he plays by himself. Insert your own joke here, says Todd B. So let's see what's going on here. So Clinton's got a 1908 replay going on. Dwayne was doing 1978 earlier. Um, Stopped into his broadcast, so super cool there. And MV, don't know what he's getting up to these days. And Todd, you got any projects going on? Aaron, anybody? Anybody? Bueller. So leave this back over here again. So Dwayne and Ken, I appreciate the as you were saying about the fairness and stuff like that. Because again, I should know that from Baseball for Windows. I should have known that Marquard was losing effectiveness. I get so like I'm so used to just the purely digital games though that I completely forgot that. So I do thank you guys, but I really wanted Marquard to get that third out. Um, and Jeff Tesoro got it done, but I wanted to try to just get it done. So um MV is doing a Blue Jays replay, 1977. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Very good. Very, very, very good. MV, did you pick up anything from the DK Sports sale or any? Well, you got everything, I guess, but had some good deals. I bought the rest of the Negro leagues that Dave Cook has available, so very happy about that. Do a Negro League game here some night on the old channel. We'll do an exhibition. We'll do like the Grays versus the Monarchs or something. So when Josh Gibson, faced would have to face Satchel Paige, I think that'd be a fun kind of inaugural Negro League baseball because I don't know that I've ever done Negro League baseball on here yet. So to my shame, yeah, that's been a big swing and a miss there. So, but just because I mean, you have them in out of the park baseball, but it's going to be a lot easier to do Negro League baseball and action PC baseball. So we'll just pick a nice little exhibition between the Homestead Grays and the Kansas City Monarchs. So MV says that he's got most. He said I think he got some ice hockey seasons like 1937. Nice, good. So good. I'm glad. MV, I don't know. You do, yeah, you do have the baseball history collection. That was nuts. Dave was offering that for $9. The baseball history collection. Oh, our series, cuz are you talking about the 1912 thing we're doing? I think it's gonna be. The Monarchs Grays, if you guys want, we could do that as like a on Action PC Baseball. We could do it as a 7-game series. I was just thinking as a kind of a just wanted to kind of ease into Negro League baseball, and I thought, okay, why not pick two teams with at least two players that most of the community is going to know, Satch Paige and Josh Gibson. And of course, that great story of when Satch and Josh met finally, opposite sides. They were teammates at one time. I think they were on the Crawfords together. Truth Hurts Wookie says last night he bought the baseball 1910 to 1919. Good stuff. And the American football decades of the 1960s and 1990s. So everybody's getting hooked up here. Good. Um, Clinton says won't be until February, but he'll be looking at basketball. So I didn't know you were a basketball fan, Clinton. Okay. All these years I've quote unquote known you. I didn't know you were a basketball fan. I did not know that. I'm still thinking about buying one of those horse race games, but I want to find one that the community where we can all kind of play together. But um, and so Todd B says he wants to play some more C&D next year. Cool. And cousin asking the professor what basketball. I guess he's meaning what game. Status Pro. Okay. So Clinton, was that when Status Pro basketball came out? Was that around the same time that Status Pro baseball came out as well? And cousin Ken saying basketball over hockey? Question mark. The analog games, Truth Hurts Wilkie. I know, but again, I got to relay a quick story that I've done before. That the two Earls used to host the Apple horse racing game. This was like back in 2017, I think it was. I was living in Europe, and being 6 hours ahead, it would be like 2 in the morning for me, but I'd be jumping on, and everybody was there. So this was back. Jester was there, man. Um, Chris Strat Delaware, who I guess he's now called Lower Slower Board Gaming, was there. Of course, the two Earls. D. Scott Howard was there. Clinton Parks, Ken Castro, our Red Sox fan. Um, Sports Time Machine was there. Oh my God, I can't even remember. So many people. And it was so cool because Earl had the cam set up and we had our horses, and it was, man, everybody was like, every Sunday night was horse racing. It was some of the best times ever on here. So you guys that weren't around at that time, you would have loved it. Um, haven't heard anything yet, Will Tool. I checked the other night to even see for a release date and haven't seen anything yet. So I haven't checked tonight, obviously. So Dwayne says the status pro basketball is a damn good game. Math Funny Games, how you doing, buddy? He says status pro basketball flows like a real life basketball game. That's cool. Bernie, welcome in, and he says or welcome back, or maybe never left. He says TRG horse racing is very much like the Apple horse racing game. But yeah, somebody told me on like eBay or whatever, the Apple horse racing is like lots of money. So I'm sure Earl knows what he has there. I wish somebody would do it again, like somebody that has the game. We seriously had, didn't we, Ken? Didn't we have incredible fun with that? Just it was like you were just cheering on your horse, man. It was awesome. So much fun. Yeah, there's nothing yet. I just know this, Will. It should, if Dave Cook stays with his usual schedule, this should be out in about 2 weeks or so. Apple Racing is a darn good game, just a big footprint. So Math Fun and Games, just full disclosure, I haven't, because the only sport I follow is baseball. So I haven't. So two of us in this chat have Apple Horse Racing. Oh, come on, somebody, come on. Let's do what the two Earls did again. Jeez. God, that was like, I couldn't, just so much fun. Photo price them individually at $90 for each season, or $1,250 for the entire set. US shipping included. Wow. Okay. Um, it's almost, wow. It's how about that? Boy, I, yeah, wow. I mean, I have the money, but I wouldn't do it. I don't have the room here. Ah, jeez. It's a big footprint. Yeah, you get 400 to 500 for it, says Dwayne. So you have it too. Wow. Bernie says Appa Saddle Racing is around 375 on eBay, but all seasons are free on Appa. It's the initial dump of the money. That's the thing. But I mean, Ken knows and the professor knows how much fun we have had. How time flies too. That was 8 years ago that we did that, and geez, was it fun? Oh my God, was it fun? You get the basketball game for the Apple boxing game, which is a great game, says Dwayne. So I wonder, if did Al ever do the Apple boxing game? Al Red Sox fan does the best boxing game, best boxing in the community. Apple game site is on classifies as Truth Hurts Wilkie. What's Steve Tower did a review on play at the races horse games. Todd, I think you were there too, weren't you there on those Sunday nights back in, it was like 2017 when the Earls were doing Apple horse racing? I'm pretty sure you were there too. I mean, I'd like to find one of those old streams on their YouTube channel if it's still up there. It was just incredible. Legends, how you doing, man? How you doing, brother? Legend Sports Universe. He says, "Look at this collection of miscreants." So he's being nice tonight. How you doing, Legends? Great to see you. I've been super busy, buddy. So I'll be back in the grandstands for some more franchise stars baseball leagues. So it is in year 5, gents. All right. Yep. Things pretty well with me, man. Once I get through this eye surgeries I have to have because I'm ugh, sucks right now. So Todd says he remembers the horse races. I remember seeing you in the chats. Professor says Legend Sports Universe is in the house. There goes the neighborhood. All right. And on with the rest of the season. So Franchise Stars Baseball League, man. You guys know I, gush about that. Wax poetic, whatever. Just great, great stuff. So there we go. We did our little test draft tonight. Thanks to Dwayne Martz, Ken Castro, and MV for helping me with this. And Ken and I played Game 1 of the 1912 World Series in Apago head to head. So that was really fun too. So there we go. Legends, you got a game tonight, or what's going on, man? Sort of early. Actually, it's very early, isn't it? Yeah, it's only just after 11. I think Robbie was no. I didn't know Robbie then. Robbie didn't come around to 2019. So Bob Feller whiffed 11 the other night and had Emmanuel Classe blow it for him. Oh, that hurts. Oof. Ooh. Sure, I'm sure Rapid Robert had some words for Mr. Classe after the game. Jeez, that's gotta hurt. That has got to hurt. Well, geez, man, it's too early to knock off here, but just me rabbiting on here is kind of going to get boring for you guys. So, just waiting to see. Dwayne, you got a game coming up maybe tonight? We could all come over to your house or something. Clase would never pitch again in Major League Baseball. What a doofus. Yeah, I know. Clase kind of. You can always bet on that. That was really bad, right? Never mind. Really, really bad. So we are closing in on spring training, guys. Yeah, really. I mean, if you think about it, spring training just a little over 2 months away already. So good stuff. So, all right, if you guys are interested, I'm sure you are. So Legend says if he does anything tonight, he might do a football broadcast, actually. So there you go, guys. If you're looking for some gridiron action, Legend Sports Universe will be your Huckleberry. He says, so Truth Hurts Wookie says, just saw an update on APA Delphi forums, and someone bought those saddle race games and cars. Yeah, I guess something like that's not going to last too long. Legend says, took a bit to get the mid-season update done, so when I get the second half of the season rolling. Gotcha. So, yep, 75 days from pitchers and catchers report. So looking forward to it already. Who makes the Baseball Hall of Fame in the next week? So boxing back on the channel this week, says Legend Sports Universe. So keeping it rocking. Will Tool says, Beatles, thanks again for your response to my question the other day about Paul Fay's new app. Oh, yeah, and speaking of which, I was hoping that Paul would drag his Scouser arse in here so we could work out a time that we could do a live Q&A. So I'm hoping this weekend. There's supposed to be an imminent update of Pocket Pennant Run Baseball, so maybe he's waiting for that. I do not know. So I think I'm going to stay on here and do a game, probably a Diamond Mine game, I guess. And then Ken, maybe you and I, Monday or something, we can, or even tomorrow, if you want. I don't know, maybe before the draft or after the draft for McGreevy, if you're available, if you want to play game 2 of our 1912. I'd love to do that, because I got all day to work on Magic. Professor says, Beatles, you ever get a chance to check out Trans-Siberian Orchestra this year? They finished this, and truly, oh, I love Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Those guys are amazing, just amazing. Virtuosity, fantastic band. Started out as just kind of a heavy metal band, got onto this, and just just incredible. They were doing symphonic metal before it was a thing. Before the people from Finland, I guess, claimed to invent it. They were actually first out of the rip doing it. So I'm gonna just do this, and if people want to hang around and we can still talk, we certainly can. No problemo, no hay problema with that. So there's the glorious whatever. What is this here? All time great players volume 1 games scheduled. There we go. Okay. So is that new app part of Pocket Pennant Run? No, it's going to be something. So it works with Pocket Pennant Run Will Tool, but it also will work with any game. It's game agnostic. So you could just use it with Strat or with Appa or with, let's say you were playing a game like National Pastime 3, which makes you play every game. You could use Paul's app with that. Really cool. Um, so yeah, well, it's really nice. So hopefully we can coordinate with Paul and get that done. I do again. I suspect he is waiting for the imminent Pocket Pennant Run update. Trans Siberian Orchestra was in Cleveland as recently. It's a free streaming concert here locally. Have to stick around. Someone need to keep cousin in line. Nobody can keep him in line, Professor. Oh my God. Huh. All right. Let me see. What do we got here from Truth Hurts? Wilkie says Don Mattingly, Yankee captain, 1980 EP for All-Star, 9-time Gold Glove winner, autograph, Ted Wade, or yeah, right, I'm sorry, to be determined. Sorry, Ted Wade Boggs. My eyes are so bad right now. Wade Boggs, Hall of Famer, 12-time All-Star, 8-time Silver Slugger, 5-time batting title will be here January 24th. Damn. See, nothing happens where I live. The Night of Memories is Truth Hurts Wookie. So it's going to be called that. Will be awesome. Yeah, you could use it with Action PC Baseball. You could use it with with anything. It's really 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 good. Um, what Paul's a madman, man. He's a genius. He's a madman. He's a madman. Let's see. I have no idea who this is. This is gonna be, what do we got here? Mets, Dodgers, Pittsburgh, Mets, Cardinals, Pirates. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And what do we got over here? Eh, the other side looks more exciting. So, oh, let's play the Red Sox against the Robins. Why not? Let's play. And we can still talk baseball. Okay, we're on our way to Washington Park. So, whoa, old time in baseball here. All right. We'll let that stew there for a minute. Or maybe even cross action and out of the park. Across action. Yeah. Um, it basically, again, it's completely it's agnostic, man. So whatever you want to use it for. But really robust. And he's making it for some other sports too. Go to Evans. Let me get this up on the larger one. He said if you go to the Evansville and memories, you will see all the big names that have been in the past. I would love that. I would love that. Oh, yeah, I'm still, like I said, unless everybody wants to jump over and watch some football, we can end this here. And I'm not a football fan, but I like hanging out where Legends is, so we could do that. So I'm not going to put it to a vote. If the viewership starts going boom, I'm going to go over there too. Then so, um, and I realize I'm playing some old time of baseball here. So Boston Red Sox against the Brooklyn Robins. So just a little bit of diamond mine baseball. So thank you very much, Legends. And just all the awesome things you do in this community, and looking forward to some more baseball too. So again, he has boxing coming up. He's doing an American football game right now. So, folks, if that's what you want to, go have fun. It's all about the community, baby. All right. So, Aaron Reed is being suspiciously quiet tonight. Aaron Reed. So, um, you know what? I'm looking. Actually, this is going into 2 hours. I think we are going to cut it instead. So, because tomorrow night's going to be a bit of a longer night, I think. So, I'm going to do some, just say to everybody, to the Legend Sports Universe, Truth Hurts, Wilkie, Will Tool, the Professor, Todd B, Cousin Ken Castro, the heart and soul of this channel, and Clinton Parks. He's our lovable walking encyclopedia curmudgeon of the channel. Brother Jack Dawson was first one in here tonight. Dwayne Martz, subscribe to that channel, guys. Bernie Strom, co-commissioner of the Ned McGreevy League, was here with us as well, sort of popping in and out. Math, Fun, and Games was here. Thank you, one and all, for hanging out. The great MV was here. So roll out the red carpet there. Roll up for the magical MV tour. Step right this way. And I think that is it. I think we got everybody. Yes, we do. Make sure to subscribe to Aaron Reed's channel, to MV's channel, and all that fun stuffies. All right. Good night, everybody. And I'm going to go over and hang out with Legends for a little bit, even though I won't know what the hell's going on the screen. And for those of you participating in the Ned McGreevy draft, that'll be 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night. Until then, see you around the batting cage. Oh, and I might come back later after Legends game, might come back with some baseball then. Probably out of the park baseball or something. All right. Until maybe then, see you around the batting cage.